It's interesting, right? Rihanna is obviously a global icon. She's a Bajan icon. You know what I mean? Caribbean icon. But we as part of the Navy, and I'm sure you're part of the Navy, we also want the album. Like, where is R9? Where is R9? Where is R9? Where is R9? No, for real, where is that album? But look, in all fairness, she clearly is working, right? Because for her to be a billionaire right now, clearly she's putting in that work, and that's probably why she's in the situation where it is alarming to us that there's no new album. Or is there? Because she teased it before. But let's get into why she's anti-releasing a new album. All right, that's the best thing you can do to find out why, so we can stay calm and composed. All right. By the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan. Trust the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And right now, we're reacting to Rihanna's documentary from Barbados to Billionaire. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're part of the Navy. Let's go.
You switch mobile network of the... Are you on gift or something?
This happened to me. I didn't cause this. I didn't do it. This happened to me, and it can happen to anybody.
It's okay. I think that's when the incident happened with Breezy, innit? So it's interesting how they started off with this way. This is how you know this is an unauthorized documentary, but we're still gonna react to it, all right? You know what I mean? That was interesting. They started off that way because if you're thinking she's from Barbados, okay, don't you just start off from when she's in Barbados? You know what I mean? To becoming a billionaire. Well, we'll keep it moving. Let's go.
February 20th, 1988, in St. Michael, Barbados. A baby girl is born, Robin Rihanna Fenty. No one could have known then that she would one day become one of the biggest stars on the planet. Her mother was an accountant, her father a warehouse supervisor. But behind closed doors, life wasn't picture perfect. Her father battled substance abuse issues, which deeply affected the family. And young Rihanna. She witnessed it all.
Is it okay if we have a look around inside? I just wanted to show her my home that I grew up in.
Growing up in a modest 3-bedroom bungalow, Rihanna learned hustle early. She helped her father sell clothes in the local street market.
You see, this is why you should always appreciate, if you can, appreciate your childhood, because you never know what you learn from early that could help you on to becoming a billionaire like Rihanna, to the point where if people known you for a certain thing, like for example music, and then you no longer do music, an album per se, because she was part of the Smurfs original soundtrack as well. And she's part of a different soundtrack, I believe, as well. So it's not like she ain't doing music. She's doing music, but it's just some, bits and bobs and that. Anyway, if you're part of the Navy, shout out to all the Navy. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification. Let's keep it moving. Let's go.
Away from the glitz and glamour she would one day call home. But childhood wasn't just tough, it was painful. She suffered from severe headaches so intense that doctors feared a serious condition. But after multiple tests, no underlying illness was found. Still, the pain was real. By the time she was 14, her parents' marriage had fallen apart. And strangely, as the chaos subsided, so did her headaches. Music was always there.
Do you know what that is? Do you know sometimes, you could feel pain in your body, but it's a pain that reflects something that's going on in your life or in your family life, and sometimes you may not even know what that situation is. That's because obviously that you could say that's unexplained. I get it, but listen, unfortunately, it happens, isn't it? But fortunately for her, the pain subsided. And we don't wish divorce on no marriage. You get me? If you can work for your marriage, work for your marriage. All right, that's one thing I'm gonna say. Yeah, get me. I know some of you are going to be like, yeah, but what if this? No, work for your marriage. You know? And I won't say anything else more than that. Yeah? Because, yeah, let's keep it moving, though. But, yeah, I never knew she had headaches, though, like that. That's crazy. Not crazy. That's interesting.
Reggae beats filled her world. She attended Charles F. Broome Memorial Primary School, later moving on to Combermere School, where she shared classrooms with future cricket stars like Chris Jordan and Carlos Brathwaite. But while
I ain't gonna lie, the only cricket player I know is Brian Lara. Like, Brian Lara, well, in terms of the West Indies, yeah, is Brian Lara. In fact, in terms of cricket in general, is Brian Lara. Yeah, because growing up, you know what I mean, watching the West Indies play cricket, I'm not going to lie to you, cricket, to me, personally, it's a boring sport. It's boring, all right? I mean, if you like cricket, fair enough, fair play. I remember they tried to make us play cricket in primary school in year 6, and I remember that the primary school walls, like, even when you, just as you're trying to enter, you can see the painting of the cricket stuff in it, like. But cricket was never the type of sport for me still. Like, I just, if you're going to play cricket, you might as well play rounders. Do you get it? You might as well play baseball. Like, what we saying? But like, what sport did you like growing up? Leave an answer in the comment section below. Let's go.
others dreamed of sports, Rihanna had different plans. At 11, she joined Barbados's Cadet Corps, a military-style training program for students.
I'm sorry I had to do that. If you're a Cadet fan, rest in peace, Cadet. You know what I'm saying? Like, his name came from Cadets. It was, I don't think, if I recall, I don't think it was ever in the Cadets, but it was passed in the Cadets, and I think it was Correct who helped him get the name Cadet, because they were passed in the Cadet in, I think it was in Blueborough, I believe. I can't remember. Was it Blueborough? Because I remember there's a Cadets thing in near Blueborough. I just can't remember. Is it Blue? I can't remember. I don't know the exact location, but that's, yeah.
And her drill sergeant, none other than Chantel, who would later rise to fame as an artist herself.
Say what? Say what? Do they have a song together? Wait. We're going to have to dive deep into that. Do they have a song together? This is information I'm learning of. Let me see. Chantel featuring. Oh, she got a song with Akon. Rihanna. Yeah, they got a song with Jay Status featuring Rihanna and Chantel, and that was in 2006. Roll It Girl, Roll It. Roll It Girl was written by Chantel as well. That's a tune, you know. Roll it, girl, roll it, girl. Control it, girl, control. Hey, listen.
At 11, she joined Barbados's Cadet Corps, a military-style training program for students. And her drill sergeant, none other than Chantel, who would later rise to fame as an artist herself. Imagine that, Rihanna, a cadet, but school, that wasn't where her future lay.
So this is where the fandom name Navy derived from, when you think about it. I won't even lie to you, I never knew exactly where it derived from, because sometimes, you know, when with artists that have their fandom name, sometimes you can tell where it comes from, but in other instances, you can't really tell where it comes from. But this one, you could tell if you know about her backstory. By the way, shout out to all the Navies. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. You probably have already. So that means you share, leave a comment. What albums you want me to react to? Leave it in the comment section below. Let's go.
Because fate had other plans, and soon the world would know her name. It's 2003 in Barbados. A teenage girl with undeniable star power steps into a room to audition for a well-known American producer. She's part of a trio, but from the moment she walks in, all eyes are on her. That girl, Rihanna. Evan Rogers, the producer in question, is immediately struck. She doesn't just sing, she commands attention. Soon she's recording demos during school breaks, laying the foundation for what will become her breakthrough. One of those...
I think that's one of the key things about star power in terms of anything else. If you can command the stage and have that presence, especially at that young age, oh yeah, you got it. And there's not many people of that age that have that kind of, you know what I mean? Because it's a different level of confidence, different. So shout out to Rihanna, man. Like, honestly, shout out to Riri. Get me? Shout out to the Caribbean Queen. Get me? Let's go.
Tracks ponder replay. And when her demo lands in the hands of music moguls Jay-Z and L.A. Reid at Def Jam, they know they've found something special. Jay-Z refuses to let her leave without signing a deal, securing her a 6-album contract that would change the course of music history. I
ain't gonna lie, yeah, there was this the rumor that people are trying to spin, where they're trying to say that they forced her to sign a contract. Let's be real. You ain't gonna be forcing a 16-year-old, but you know what I mean. You're not going to be forced, especially if she's from the Caribbean. You're not going to be forcing her. Like, you're just not. You're just not, especially if they're from the Caribbean, especially with their parents. Whether their parents are divorced or not, that's besides the point. You're not going to force them. It's just the case of understanding if the contract is going to be right for the artist in question. Like, you get it? So that narrative of Jay-Z trying to force, you know what I mean, Rihanna, like, I get it. The demand of wanting to sign her, that's one thing, and that's what one narrative. And I'm not caping for Jay-Z or anything like that, because I don't believe in, just because it's Jay-Z. No, I'm just talking about logic here. It's just pure logic. Let's keep it moving.
2005, Rihanna is no longer just a girl from Barbados. She's a rising star. Music of the Sun drops and Ponder Replay explodes, lighting up charts worldwide. But this is just the beginning.
Wait. This is just the beginning. Let me know in the comment section below. Especially, I know you're part of the Navy. Where were you and how old were you when you found out about that song Ponder Replay? How old are you? What was you doing? You know what I mean? Because I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my days. If I tell you where I was and what I was doing when Ponder Replay came out, listen, we'll be here till the crack of dawn. All right? So let's just focus on where you were and leave it in the comment section below. We can dialogue in the comments. You know what I mean? Let's keep it moving on.
A Girl Like Me solidifies her place in pop music. SOS becomes her first #1 hit, and Unfaithful cements her as an artist with emotional depth and global appeal. Rihanna isn't just here to play, she's here to take over, and this is only the start.
Question. This is just a question for everyone watching. Yeah, Mick. Did you ever fathom to think, when you first heard of Rihanna, when you first listened to her songs, when you first listened to her first album, did you ever think she'll become not only just a global superstar, but a billionaire? Did you ever think that, to the point where she feels like she could be anti-releasing an album? You know what I mean? Let's keep it moving. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification, because more content regarding Rihanna is 100% coming. Let's go.
It's 2007, and Rihanna is about to change everything. She's already making waves in the industry, but now she's stepping into a whole new era, one that will redefine her career. With powerhouse producers like Timbaland and Tricky Stewart by her side, she ditches the island-infused sound of her early work and goes all in on high-energy, dance-driven pop.
Introducing Uplearn, now available for A-Level and GCSE. Our interactive videos are...
The result? Good Girl Gone Bad. Released in May 2007, the album doesn't just chart, it dominates, reaching #1 in multiple countries. But the real game changer, Umbrella. The track takes over the world, spending 10 weeks at #1. One in the UK.
That tune till this day, in fact, most of her tunes, yeah, But this tune till this day, hey, she got bangers for days. Do you see? This is another this is another reason why Rihanna thought not to drop another album, because look, I've given you all these bangers. Like you lot can chill. Do you know what I mean? But it would be nice for another album, please, Rihanna. Please, if you're watching this and you're connected to Rihanna, and if you are Rihanna watching this, or if you're ASAP Rocky, or if you're Little RZA watching this, please, we need a new album from Riri, please. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's go.
Selling over 8 million copies and cementing Rihanna as a true force in music. And she's just getting started. The Good Girl Gone Bad tour kicks off, bringing her electrifying performances to fans across the globe. Then, in 2008, she takes it up another notch, releasing Good Girl Gone Bad and Good Girl Gone Bad Reloaded, featuring even more hits like Disturbia and Take a Bow. But Rihanna isn't just making music, she's making history. Her collaboration with Life skyrockets to number 1.
Hey, she's got bangers. Now, wait. If you want me to listen, in fact, I'm telling you this from now. I know you're part of the Navy and you're watching this. Hit the subscribe button, turn in the post notifications, because we're gonna have a field day reacting to her content. We're gonna have a field day. We're gonna have fun. Listen, she got bangers for days. Let's keep it.
And she joins forces with some of the biggest female artists for Just Stand Up, a charity anthem for cancer awareness. By the end of 2008, Rihanna isn't just a singer, she's a global phenomenon. Good Girl Gone Bad sells over 9 million copies worldwide, solidifying her transformation from a rising star to a full-fledged pop icon. And this is only the beginning. It was supposed to be a night of celebration, glitz, glamour, and a Grammy performance that would showcase Rihanna at the peak of her career. But on February 8th, 2009, everything changed. News broke that she had been assaulted by then-boyfriend Chris Brown, and the world watched in shock as the story unfolded. The incident shook the music industry, but Rihanna refused to be defined by tragedy. Just months later, she emerged stronger, lending her voice to Run This Town alongside Jay-Z and Kanye West. But behind the scenes, she was already crafting something different, darker, more defiant. Rated R, released in November 2009, was a raw, unfiltered reinvention. With hits like Rude Boy, the album climbed to number 4 on the Billboard 200, proving that Rihanna wasn't just back, she was evolving. Then came 2010, and with it, a song that would redefine her career. Love the Way You Lie, her haunting duet with Eminem, became a cultural phenomenon, topping charts worldwide. That same year, Rihanna made a bold move, joining Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Suddenly, she was everywhere.
I mean, was it really a bold move? Because if you look at the trajectory of Jay-Z's career as well, when he left Def Jam, obviously Rihanna was still under Def Jam Records. So when she more or less left Def Jam, did she leave Def Jam? I can't remember. I don't think she left Def Jam. I just think it was Rock Nation Management. That's more or less it. But we'll get into that another day.
Collaborating with Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, and David Guetta. And then Loud, a sonic explosion of pop brilliance. Released in November 2010, it didn't just make waves, it made history. Only Girl in the World, What's My Name, and S&M all shot to number 1, making Rihanna the fastest solo artist ever to achieve 10 chart toppers. She wasn't just ruling the charts, she was rewriting the rules. And when she took Loud on tour, she shattered records, selling out 10 consecutive nights at London's O2 Arena, the most ever for a female artist.
And just to let you know, selling out to O2 is not something that many artists can do. People in the UK, artists in the UK, the majority of them can't sell out to O2.
Rihanna had faced the storm. Now she was the storm. By 2011, Rihanna wasn't just a pop star, she was a force of nature. That November, she dropped Talk That Talk, her 6th studio album. The lead single, We Found Love, a track that didn't just climb the charts, it dominated them. Number one in 20...
You know when you hear the songs, when you see the song title, when it comes to Rihanna especially, do you immediately think of the song? Does a song come to your head and you want to immediately sing it? Leave your answer in the comments below, because I definitely do. And if you definitely do, that means you're part of the Navy. And if you're part of the Navy, I'm assuming you've already hit the subscribe button, because if you haven't hit the subscribe button, you might as well do that right now. Again, because you Navies are real ones. You lot are real ones. That for real.
57 countries, 10 weeks at the top in the US. A record-breaking anthem that became the soundtrack of a generation. Meanwhile, songs like You Da One and Where Have You Been kept her presence strong on the airwaves. But Rihanna wasn't slowing down. In 2012, she teamed up with Coldplay for Princess of China and joined Drake on Take Care, proving once again that her voice could shape any genre. And the industry took notice. She picked up a Grammy for All of the Lights and won Best International Female Solo Artist at the Brit Awards. Then came Unapologetic. Released in 2012, it was a game changer. For the first time, Rihanna had a #1 album in the US, and Diamonds became yet another signature hit. She followed it up with Stay, a haunting ballad that struck an emotional chord worldwide. And what better way to promote it than with the 777 tour, 7 cities, 7 countries, 7 days, all captured in a Fox documentary. By 2013, Rihanna was making history, winning her 6th Grammy for We Found Love and taking the Diamonds World Tour to sold-out arenas across the globe. And just when you thought she'd take a break, she made a surprise cameo in This Is the End before teaming up with Whale and Eminem for The Monster, another chart-smashing...
They mispronounce his name. It's Wale, by the way. It's Wale, and he's Nigerian, just so you know. Well, American Nigerian, but yeah.
Collaboration. Rihanna wasn't just making music, she was redefining the rules of pop stardom. After the whirlwind success of Unapologetic and a globe-trotting tour, Rihanna did something unexpected. She pressed pause. In 2014, she stepped away from the relentless cycle of recording, craving creative freedom. But Rihanna never stays quiet for long. The following year, she made a bold return with 4-5 Seconds, a stripped-down, soulful collaboration with Kanye West and Paul McCartney. Then came the unapologetic, in-your-face anthem, "Bitch Better Have My Money," and the politically charged American Oxygen. And while
that bitch better have my money. Hey, listen, that's a bad
she was making waves in music, she was also making moves in Hollywood, lending her voice to Home, an animated hit that came with its own Rihanna-curated soundtrack. Then came 2016, a year that would redefine her career. Rihanna inked a $25 million deal with Samsung, ensuring Anti would be more than just an album, it would be an event. And when Anti dropped, it soared straight to #1 on the Billboard 200. The sultry work, featuring Drake, became a cultural phenomenon, while Needed Me and Love on the Brain cemented her reign over the charts. But Rihanna wasn't done yet.
She's a queen. Do you know what's amazing about the trajectory of her career? Is the fact of she's been able to, I don't want to use the term reinvent, but I will use the term consistently evolve and be creative, like creatively evolving herself over the years. Do you know what I mean? I remember there was a time when it came to hairstyles, she had that on lock. Every other woman you could see was following her, following and copying exactly what she was doing. Like, shout out to Rihanna, man. Trust me.
She lent her signature vocals to some of the biggest hits of the year, including Calvin Harris's This Is What You Came For, Drake's Too Good, and Kanye West's Famous. And when she stepped onto the MTV VMA stage in August, she wasn't just there to perform, she was there to make history, accepting the prestigious Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. By 2000...
You see, when you talk about that particular award, you have to call it by its right name. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to the person who curated this documentary, you know what I mean? Because you have to say in a specific name.
2017, Rihanna had mastered the art of the hit collaboration. She joined Future on Selfish, brought heat to DJ Khaled's Wild Thoughts, and teamed up with Kendrick Lamar on Loyalty, a track that would earn her yet another Grammy. And just when fans thought she might take a break, she jumped on Nerd's comeback single Lemon, proving once again that no matter how much time passes, Rihanna never really leaves. She just keeps evolving. It was the album fans had been waiting for. In 2017, whispers of a new Rihanna project surfaced, one that was, as producer Shaka put it, absolutely insane. By 2018, she confirmed it. A reggae-inspired album was in the works, set for release in 2019. But as the months passed, anticipation turned to mystery. A song registration for Private Loving appeared, and she signed with Sony ATV Music Publishing. Yet the album never arrived.
Sony ATV Publishing is what Michael Jackson owned. And we might get into that in this. We'll get into that because I'm telling you this from now. He never had it in his rights. He never wanted to sell it. Never. Get me? Anyway, we'll get into that. That's what another day, another subject. But
by 2023, Rihanna admitted the pressure of following Auntie had kept her in limbo. If it's not better, is it even worth it? She questioned. Though the album remained elusive, Rihanna wasn't silent. In 2020, she teamed up with Party Next Door for Believe It. Then, in 2022, she made a stunning solo return with Lift Me Up, the haunting ballad from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, earning Oscar and Golden Globe nominations.
It's not haunting. Yeah, that's the wrong description for that type of song. It's better to say it's very soulful and very, they're soulful. You know what I mean? And because of the timing of it and what it's for. Do you get it? That's why. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, man. Get me? Wakanda forever.
But the moment that truly shook the world. February 2023, Super Bowl 57. After 5 years away from the stage, Rihanna returned in an electrifying halftime show that drew an unprecedented 121 million viewers, making it the most watched in history. It was
That's false. Do you know why? Because Michael Jackson had more than that. No disrespect. It just, do you know what I mean? No disrespect. I'm just saying it from the information that we know. And
Rihanna's world. We were just lucky to be watching.
I cannot believe it's already been over 3 years with my BetterHelp therapist. After 3 years of therapy, this is what I figured out. There's talking to someone, and then there's talking to the right someone.
While she was pregnant. Yeah.
Rihanna's voice isn't just an instrument, it's a force. A mezzo-soprano with a range spanning from B2 to C-sharp 6, she sharpened her vocals under Nayo's guidance while crafting Good Girl Gone Bad. And the world took notice. Critics raved about her evolution, from the raw power of Loud to the emotion-packed delivery on Unapologetic. Her voice, both commanding and calculated, capable of pulling you in or keeping you at arm's length. By 2023, Rolling Stone had cemented her legacy, ranking her among the 200 greatest singers of all time. But Rihanna wasn't just about the voice, she was about the sound. Rooted in Caribbean rhythms, she fused reggae, hip-hop and R&B in her early albums, Music of the Sun and A Girl Like Me, but she refused to be boxed in. Good Girl Gone Bad, a game changer. Dance pop became her new playground. Then came Rated R, a deep dive into darker, more intense themes following personal turmoil. Loud and Talk. That Talk turned up the heat, party anthems, ballads and provocative lyrics, all seamlessly mixed with house beats. Genre never defined Rihanna, she defined it. Reinvention wasn't just an option, it was the plan all along. She wanted to be the Black Madonna, not just a singer, but a force, constantly evolving, reinventing.
Now, why did they have to mention the Black Madonna? I mean, there is the Black Madonna as in Black Madonna and Child, and there is Madonna, but to try and compare it to be, you know what I'm saying? That was not necessary. It wasn't, because, you know, if you're going to say anyone, if she is going to look up to anyone or compare to anyone, it would be Janet Jackson. But Rihanna is Rihanna in her own right. You know what I mean? Rihanna is Rihanna in her own right. Who do you know who's become a pop star, a super global super star, to the point they now own their own businesses that are, and they're billionaires. You know what I mean? And they're able to remain themselves, them unapologetically. You think Madonna could do that? No. Just because she, anyway, I'm not here to diss Madonna. Madonna's who she is. She done what she done, but she ain't no Rihanna. That's
and staying ahead of the curve. Rihanna has never shied away from her influences. Madonna's fearless reinvention, that was the blueprint. Mariah Carey's vision of...
We need to, I need to hear her say if Madonna is one of her influences. I'm not saying it isn't, but then you have to also think that Janet Jackson is Madonna's influence. But Janet Jackson is the blueprint to female pop stars. That's a fact. Everyone else that come after, you can evidently see it. However, like I said,
of love. That was the spark that made her believe music could be her future. And Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, that was the moment that turned admiration into passion. But Rihanna's roots run deeper. Bob Marley was more than an inspiration, he was a symbol. She built a shrine to him in her home, honouring the reggae icon who paved the way for Caribbean artists worldwide. She's covered his classics, paying homage to the sound that shaped her. Then there were the other legends, Janet Jackson.
Thank you. Because there ain't no way Janet Jackson is not part of one of her influences. There ain't no way. Because I've heard Rihanna mention Janet Jackson's name before. I've heard it before, right? Madonna, I don't think I've necessarily heard, but okay, that's new to me. We can find that out another time. But I do want to ask this question to you, and even answer the comments below. Who do you reckon Rihanna, like, if you were to say one artist for Rihanna to collaborate on her new album, because I'm still expecting a new album. Like, I'm expecting a new album dropping soon. Yeah? Like, it's dropping soon. So, who should be on that album? Who should feature? Leave your answer in the comment section below. I think YG Marley. I also think his uncles, like Stephen Marley, and you know what I mean? And Ziggy Marley, especially Ziggy Marley. He's a genius. Like he's just a pure genius. If you know that song, sorry, that TV show, Hey Arthur. Every day when you're walking down the street, hey, everybody that we meet. Hey,
Aaliyah, Tupac, Beyonce, Destiny's Child. The powerhouse vocalists like Celine Dion and Alicia Keys. The trailblazers like Grace Jones.
Listen, every Caribbean, you're not Caribbean if you do not rate Celine Dion. It's that simple. It's that simple. If you're Caribbean and you agree with that, leave your answer in the comment section below. Because I was partly raised I was raised in the Caribbean also. You know what I mean? And my foster mom loves Celine Dion. She loves Celine Dion. Trust me.
Lil Kim and Prince. Each of them left their mark, shaping Rihanna into the artist she would become. And when she moved to the US, her musical world exploded. Rock music. She fell in love instantly. She wanted to explore it all. That hunger for discovery led her to Good Girl Gone Bad, an album deeply influenced by Brandy's Aphrodisiac and the desire to push boundaries. Still, her Caribbean roots never left her. Reggae and dancehall pulsed through her early music, boldly stamped in songs like Rude Boy. Rihanna wasn't just blending genres, she was rewriting the rules.
Crush your run, not your feet. With the Ultra Fit. More room for your toes. Ultra, stay out there.
She doesn't just make music, she makes statements. Rihanna's music videos are more than just visuals. They're bold, cinematic experiences that push boundaries and ignite conversation.
And that's exactly why, I know you're part of the Navy, that's why exactly I tell you to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications, because when I react and go live and react to those content, you'll be able to watch it there and then.
Teaming up with director Anthony Mandler, she crafted some of her most iconic visuals: Unfaithful, Disturbia, Only Girl in the World. Each one telling a story, each one making an impact. But Rihanna isn't afraid to go dark. Umbrella signaled her evolution into adulthood. Disturbia channeled Thriller's eerie energy, and Russian Roulette dripped with haunting symbolism. And when Man Down and We Found Love hit the airwaves, they did more than top the charts. They sparked controversy. Some called them too violent, too raw. But Rihanna, she was too busy making history, becoming the first woman to break 2 billion views on Vevo. And then there's the stage.
Vevo, it's Vevo.
High-energy choreography, jaw-dropping fashion, leather, thigh-high boots, and a presence that demands attention. Some see shades of Janet Jackson in her bold aesthetic. But Rihanna...
You see, do you see why I was saying Madonna? How? No disrespect. It's like I can see the influence of Janet Jackson. Do you understand? And this is why I want Janet Jackson and Rihanna to work together. We need, do you know what I mean? Both of them need to release a new album, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Both of them. Both of them have teased a new album. Both of them have mentioned a new album. So both of them should work together and release a new album. It's only fair, but also work together on each other's album. Yeah? If you agree with that, let me know.
Rihanna makes one thing clear. What you see on stage, that's just part of the act. Behind the music, behind the glamour, is an artist who knows exactly what she's doing.
I can't tell you where I've seen myself for 5 years, but I can tell you that I will work my best to be the most successful artist that I can be in 5 years.
She started as a fresh-faced teen with a radio-friendly sound, a rising star molded by the industry. But Rihanna wasn't just another pop princess. She was a force waiting to break free. Early on, comparisons to Beyoncé loomed large, and Def Jam's polished image for her felt suffocating. But then came Good Girl Gone Bad, with a razor-sharp bob inspired by Aeon Flux.
The comparisons to Beyoncé, to be fair, it was unfair, but also it felt as though it was only because Jay-Z signed her. That's the only reason why. You know what I mean?
And a new rebellious edge, Rihanna shed the innocence and stepped into her own power, just like Janet Jackson and Christina Aguilera before her. Fashion? It wasn't just part of her brand, it was a statement. Designers like Olivier Rousteing placed her in the same league as icons like Madonna and David Bowie, risk-takers who redefined style. From bold silhouettes to jaw-dropping red carpet moments, Rihanna wasn't following trends, she was setting them. And when she arrived at the 2015 Met Gala, draped in that breathtaking golden guo-pei gown, the world couldn't look away. But beyond the glamour, Rihanna never let labels define her. Sex symbol? Maybe. But she wasn't interested in being just that. She was a musician, an entrepreneur, a game changer. And by 2021, She wasn't just one of the most influential women in entertainment. She was the world's wealthiest female musician, with a staggering 1.7 billion fortune and a place among Forbes' most powerful women. Rihanna wasn't just making history, she was history in the making. She didn't just dominate music, Rihanna built an empire. In 2011, she launched Rebel Fleur, a fragrance that wasn't just a hit, it was a sensation, raking in millions. The success sparked a series of scents: Rebel, Nude, Rogue and Rogue Men, each one solidifying her influence beyond the charts. Then, in 2015, she made a power move, joining forces with Jay-Z, Beyoncé and Kanye West as a co-owner of Tidal, a streaming service designed to put artists back in control.
Let me know, Sak, yeah? Do you listen to Tidal? Do you when that moment happened, did you end up going on Tidal, downloading it, and start using that platform? Because I did. I 100% did. And I still use Tidal till this day. Want to prove? I'll show you proof, yeah? This is how and I think Jay-Z sold, I think he sold all of it to Jack, who on Twitter. Look, I promise you, yeah. Let me. The funny thing is, I want to try. I want to show you something real quick. Oh, there we go. See, look. Where's the? All right. Look, this is Tidal. Do you see what I'm gonna say? I'm using Tidal. Do you know what I mean? I'm using Tidal.
But Rihanna wasn't stopping there. She took full creative ownership, releasing music under her own label, Westbury Road Entertainment, distributed by Universal Music Group. And because she's Rihanna, she wasn't done. That same year, she launched FRI, a Los Angeles-based beauty and stylist agency, ensuring that artists could shape their image with the best in the business.
Wow, I didn't know that. You see, I didn't know that. Now it makes sense to why her wealth just increases exponentially. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's keep it moving. Did you know that? Leave your answer in the comment section below, because that's a genuine power move. That means you understand your market.
Not long after, she introduced A Dog Act My Homework, a photo agency showcasing top photographers. From fragrance to fashion, music to media, Rihanna wasn't just making moves, she was redefining the game.
She owns what now? Hold on.
A Los Angeles-based beauty and stylist agency, ensuring that artists could shape their image with the best in the business. Not long after, she introduced A Dog Act My Homework, a photo agency showcasing top photographers. From fragrance to fashion, music to media, Rihanna wasn't just making moves, she was redefining the game.
Before using Uplearn, I was stuck on C's in all of my subjects, especially psychology and economics. Since then,
she wasn't just making music, she was making history. In 2019, Rihanna became the first woman of color to lead a luxury fashion house under LVMH with the launch of Fenty. It was bold, it was groundbreaking, but by 2021, the pandemic forced the brand to pause. Rihanna, ever the strategist, pivoted her focus to Savage X Fenty, a lingerie line redefining.
No, that's not how it worked. That's not how it worked. We're going to keep on playing. I'm going to pull up some stats for a minute. Give me a second.
Body inclusivity and setting the fashion world on fire. But her real empire? Beauty. In 2017, Fenty Beauty changed the game, shattering industry norms with a foundation range that finally catered to every...
I'm going to pull out the thing, but now they're mentioning it because it's because of this why she ended up getting in partnership with LVMH. And the deal was, I think it was a 49-50% deal, or no, 40 and 51% deal, or something like that. I think she still owns like majority or something of that nature. So
everyone.
Yeah.
The impact was so massive, it got its own name, the Fenty effect. A year later, she doubled down with Savage X Fenty, bringing her vision of fearless self-expression to lingerie, complete with star-studded fashion shows that became must-watch events on Amazon Prime. And she wasn't done. In 2020, she introduced Fenty Skin, making skincare just as inclusive as her makeup. Then, in 2024, she tackled hair with Fenty Hair, proving once again, if Rihanna's name is on it, she's about to change the industry for
beyond forever. Listen. We're going to rewind.
Expression to lingerie, complete with star-studded fashion shows that became must-watch events on Amazon Prime. And she wasn't done. In 2020, she introduced Fenty Skin, making skincare just as inclusive as her makeup. Then, in 2024, she tackled hair with Fenty Hair, proving once again, if Rihanna's name is on it, she's about to change the industry forever.
It is glorious. Look at it.
Rihanna didn't just conquer music, she built an empire. From early endorsement deals with Secret Body Spray and Kodak to fronting campaigns for Nivea and Vita Coco, she proved her star power extended far beyond the stage. In 2010, she even dropped a photo book to complement her rated R era, offering fans a glimpse into her world. But Rihanna had bigger plans. In 2012, she stepped into television with Style to Rock, a fashion competition series that hit the UK before making its way to the US. The following year, she collaborated with MAC Cosmetics on limited edition makeup. Then came her move into high fashion, partnering with Armani in 2011, launching collections with River Island in 2013, and working with...
Now it makes sense. You know what it is? I've realized something. She was probably, you know, when I don't know if about other artists, but there's, you know, when the artists end up doing collaborations with different brands, some of them don't see the vision and they don't see, oh wait, I'm the star, I'm the one that's actually bringing attention to this brand, I'm making them make money, I'm getting this, my accountant is saying I'm making this amount of money from doing this. So if I was to have ownership in this and have this amount of percentage of ownership, I'm gonna earn this many much more zeros than what I'm getting. That's what it looks like. I'm not gonna it's smart. It's very smart. Rihanna's smart. Very
major brands like Dior, Stunts, and Manolo Blahnik. By 2015, she made history as Dior's first black brand ambassador. And in true Rihanna fashion, she wasn't done yet.
First, after all them years, the first. Yo.
In 2014, she took over as Puma's creative director for women's wear, dropping a sneaker line so popular it sold out within hours. Her debut Puma collection at New York Fashion Week? A showstopper. With every move, Rihanna was proving she wasn't just setting trends, she was redefining the game.
You good? Come on, you with me?
Rihanna's Hollywood journey began with a small cameo in Bring It On, All or Nothing, but her first major film role came in Battleship, where she played Petty Officer Cora Rakes, a performance that...
See, because remember, she has the cadet experience, all right? Hear me? Shout out to all the Navy.
Drew mixed reviews. She later brought heart and humour to the big screen as the voice of Tip in DreamWorks Home, and took on the iconic role of Marion Crane in Bates Motel's final season. Her film career only grew from there. She dazzled in Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, and stole scenes in the all-female heist hit Ocean's 8, which raked in a staggering $300 million worldwide. Then, in 2019, she surprised fans with Guava Island, a mysterious and visually stunning project alongside Donald Glover, released by Amazon Studios. And she's not done yet. Rihanna is set to bring her voice to the big screen once again as Smurfette in the upcoming Smurfs movie, hitting theaters in 2025. Rihanna isn't just a global superstar, she's a force for change. Her philanthropic journey began in 2006 with the Believe Foundation, a mission to support terminally ill children. But that was only the beginning. In 2008, she teamed up with H&M's Fashion Against AIDS, using fashion to fight the global epidemic. And when she took the stage for the Stand Up to Cancer telethon, she helped raise a staggering $100 million for groundbreaking research. Then, in 2012, Rihanna turned her passion for giving back into something even bigger, the Clara Lionel Foundation, named after her beloved grandparents. Through CLF, she's funded cancer treatment, education programs, and disaster relief efforts, donating $100,000 to Hurricane Sandy relief and a massive $5 million during the COVID-19 crisis.
Listen. We have to put together a round of applause. Do you know what I mean? Because to put in effort to be able to start your own foundation and to go even further to do these stuff, you have to have heart. You have to have real soul. You know what I mean? It's not just so much having a name and just doing it for having a namesake. You understand? You have to really, yeah.
She's also used her influence to support HIV/AIDS awareness through Mac's Viva Glam campaign and stepped up for domestic violence victims during the pandemic. But Rihanna's impact doesn't stop there. In 2022, the CLF took on a new challenge: climate justice. With a €13 million commitment to sustainability, Rihanna is proving once again her legacy isn't just about music or fashion, it's about changing the world. Rihanna isn't just a global superstar, she's a force for change. She's never been one to shy away from the issues that matter. When Indiana's Religious Freedom Restoration Act threatened LGBTQ+ rights, she spoke out. When police brutality dominated headlines, she joined the We Are Here movement, lending her voice to the powerful video 23 Ways You Could Be Killed If You Are Black in America. In 2017, she marched through the streets of New York, standing alongside thousands in the Women's March. She took on Donald Trump, calling out his immigration policies and response to mass shootings. And when the NFL blackballed Colin Kaepernick, Rihanna made a statement of her own, turning down the Super Bowl halftime show in protest. Her activism isn't just about the moment, it's about the future. In 2021, she stood in solidarity with Indian farmers' protests. And on a global scale, she's pushing for financial reform, urging world leaders to address climate change, poverty, and inequality with real, lasting solutions. Rihanna's empire isn't just built on music and fashion, it extends to real estate too. She owns a $14 million penthouse in Manhattan and a £7 million London home, purchased to be closer to her Fenty fashion empire. In 2018, after a break-in at her Hollywood Hills mansion, she put it on the market, selling it for $10.4 million. Her personal life has often made headlines. She was in a relationship with Chris Brown from 2007 to 2009, and though they briefly reunited in 2013, they ultimately went their separate ways. She also had an on and off connection with Drake, and later dated Saudi businessman Hassan Jameel from 2007.
The on and off connection with Drake is just, it's just a connection and just that. Which is why Drake is, you know what I mean, has been upset to the point he's dissing Rihanna and dissing A$AP Rocky because he feels like he should have been in a relationship with Rihanna. We know this already. We know this. We know this.
2017 to 2020. In 2021, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky made their relationship public. Their love story took center stage when she revealed her first pregnancy during the Super Bowl 57 halftime show, making history as the first performer to take the stage visibly pregnant. A year later, they welcomed their second child, celebrating their growing family.
Do you still love Rihanna?
I have love for her.
You have love for her?
Yeah.
Listen, that's not necessary. I don't care.
Data if you run out.
Adding that to this is not necessary.
Gift gaff or something.
Let's keep it moving with the current relationship.
It was meant to be one of the biggest nights of her career. Rihanna was scheduled to perform at the 2009 Grammy Awards, but at the last minute, her appearance was cancelled due to a personal incident. Reports soon emerged that her then boyfriend, Chris Brown, had been involved in a physical altercation with her. Authorities later charged Brown, and he ultimately pleaded guilty, receiving probation. Following the incident, a leaked police photo brought discussions of victim privacy into the spotlight. This led to public conversations about the need for stronger protections, including the proposed Rihanna's Law, aimed at preventing the unauthorized release of crime victims' images. In a later interview, Brown spoke about his past and reflected on the incident. The case sparked widespread discussion about how the media handles sensitive personal matters and the broader issues surrounding domestic violence awareness. When Rihanna stormed onto the scene, she wasn't just another rising star, she was a force of nature. Good Girl Gone Bad wasn't just an album, it was a statement. Critics compared its impact to Michael Jackson's Thriller, and when Umbrella dropped, it didn't just top the charts, it became a cultural phenomenon. Years later, Auntie would cement her as one of the greatest, with Rolling Stone ranking both among the 500 greatest songs and albums of all time. But Rihanna didn't just shape music, she redefined it. Work propelled dancehall into mainstream American music, and Billboard crowned her the biggest Hot 100 artist.
You know why I say it again? Because dancehall was there in the mainstream for a while, but then it like disappeared for a while, and then she brought it back in. But it just, for a while, there wasn't other artists that felt to follow through. This is why Rihanna she needs to do 2 albums. Yeah, she needs. No, you know what? Let's not overwork Rihanna. All right. But we want a new album from Rihanna. If she can have, like, I don't know, Rihanna, we can have Rihanna featuring, what reggae artists and what artists from Barbados should she collaborate with other than Chantel again? You know what I mean? Let's go.
Of the 2010s. From Billie Eilish to Justin Bieber, today's biggest stars cite her as an influence. Online, she dominated, landing at number 1 on Forbes' social networking superstars list, and twice making Time's 100 most influential people. Yet, beyond the music and fame, Rihanna's impact reaches even further. Named Harvard's Humanitarian of the Year and honored by the NAACP, she's used her platform for real change. In her home country of Barbados, she's not just a national treasure, she's an ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary, shaping policy and promoting global investment, music, fashion, philanthropy. Rihanna isn't just an icon, she's a movement. Rihanna isn't just a superstar, she's a record-breaking phenomenon. With over 250 million records sold worldwide, she stands among the best-selling music artists of all time. Her trophy case? 9 Grammy Awards, 12 Billboard Music Awards, and 13 American Music Awards, plus the Icon Award and the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, cementing her legendary status. But the numbers don't stop there. Rihanna holds 6 Guinness World Records, including being the best-selling digital artist in US history, with over 100 million certified digital sales. In the UK, she's the 3rd best-selling female artist of the century, with 7 million albums sold. And when it comes to chart domination, Rihanna reigns supreme. She's racked up 14 number 1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, ranking 3rd in history. Billboard even crowned her the top mainstream top 40 artist of the past 2 decades, with more entries, top 10 hits, and number 1 songs than anyone else. Across the Atlantic, she's the second best-selling female singles artist in UK history, behind Madonna, and second only to the Beatles in million-selling singles. A career built on hit after hit, and still, Rihanna's legacy is far from finished. From a small island in Barbados to the biggest stages in the world, Rihanna has built an empire that stretches far beyond music. She's a chart-topping icon, a fashion mogul, a billionaire businesswoman, and a voice for social change. With every reinvention, every bold move, she's proven that she's not just following the industry, she's doing it. But if there's one thing we've learned about Rihanna, it's this. She's never done surprising us. Whether it's music, business, or a moment that sets the world on fire, you never know what she'll do next. And that's exactly how she wants it. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. It helps more than you know. And stay tuned, because the next story might just be even wilder.
Yeah, me. Wow, for hey, listen, if you know, and do you know what I mean? But yeah, that was interesting, because it makes you think when it comes down to artists. Not every artist is in the, I'm gonna subscribe to their channel. I ain't gonna front. You just never know their actual path and what they're going to do, because we may think, okay, yeah, maybe an album is needed, and that's what I think. Maybe an album is genuinely needed, but if she doesn't come up with a new album, no, I know we need a new album. Let's gonna put. I'm gonna put this. This is why she is anti-releasing a new album, but it is okay. As a Navy, we respect Queen Rihanna. You know what I mean? But we ain't finished yet, by the way. We ain't finished yet. What we're gonna do, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. We're gonna go to Forbes, yeah. Forbes. Hold on. We're gonna go to Forbes 2025. We're gonna check out her net worth. Give me a second. So because we really need to really dive deep into this and understand. Yes, it's the music. That's one thing, right? Then yes, you have the fact that she has she does so many other things. That's another thing. And then plus, aside of that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say she's a wife, get me? But she's also a mother, most importantly. Do you know what I mean? So we may or may never get a new album. We have to understand that and respect that. So of the 10th, or yeah, as of the 13th, which is today, of October 2025, she's her net worth is $1 billion. So Rihanna, as we know, former editor, Rihanna's Barbados' most famous export is a billionaire thanks to the success of cosmetics line Fenty Beauty. As we know, the cosmetics company which she co-owns with French luxury retailer LVMH doubled its revenue in 2022. She also has an estimated 28% stake in Savage by Fenty lingerie line, which she raised $125 million in funding round in January 2022. Do you know how hard and challenging and difficult it is to be able to raise funding to start a business? Do you understand? Yeah, you can have a name. Yeah, you can just. She clearly leveraged her name and leveraged the fact of, look, I can show you with my name attached to these brands, I have made an X amount of money. Now, I don't know if that's what she's saying going into the meetings, but it's obvious. Not obvious. It's, to me, I think that's what's happening, because clearly, because how can you prove, you know what I mean? That's an amazing amount of money, a capital. You know what I mean? The pop star headlined the Super Bowl LV11 halftime show. Let me know what number that is in it, because the Roman numerals, I know XI and that's 11. Other than that, I don't know anything else. You know what I'm saying? Halftime show for the first time in 2023, during which she revealed she was pregnant with her second child. Ironically, at that time, I think that's the first. I don't know if it was the first. It might have been. It might have been the first Super Bowl under the tutelage under Rock Nation, which is owned by Jay-Z. So it might that's an interesting fact. Rihanna and rapper A$AP Rocky have 2 children together. The firstborn, come on, they got 3 children now. As of February 2025, she was reportedly working on her 9th album, set to be her first since Auntie was released in 2016. Look, even on Forbes, it's right there on Forbes. On Forbes. Therefore, we need an album. We need an album. It could have easily been like she was working on a new album, but it's no longer going to be possible, or maybe, you know what I mean? Come on, man. That's there. As of February 2025, she was reportedly working on her 9th album, set to be her first since Auntie was released in 2016. That's crazy. That's like 9 years ago. But to be fair, what if she releases a new album next year and calls it R20? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Let me know what you think will happen. I'm pretty sure she will do something like that. So obviously she's 37. Sources of wealth: music, cosmetic, and self-made. Just say music and cosmetics and luxury lingerie line. Self-made score 10. Residence Los Angeles, California. I don't think so. I think she's living in Barbados, but I could be wrong. Citizenship, Barbados. In a relationship, she's got 3 children now. Because I'm pretty sure she got 3 children now. Anyway, Fenty is Rihanna's last name. Let's see what comes up here. Rihanna was discovered by Jay-Z as a teenager. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm pretty sure she got... How many children does Rihanna have? I'm pretty sure it's 3 now. 2 sons, my bad. Yeah, she has 3. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because she got a son named Rizza. You hear me? A son named Riot. So a son named Rizza, born in 2022. A son named Riot, born in 2023. And she has a daughter named Rocky, born in September 2025. You understand? Hey, listen. I'm part of the Navy. You think I don't know these stuff? I know. Anyway, look. I'll get all agitated. Listen, if you want to shout out, leave it in the live chat right now or leave it in the comments. I'll give you a shout out. Shout out to everybody watching. But yeah, if you are a Navy and you want me to react to more Rihanna content or more content in regards to African and Caribbean content, this is the channel to come to. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. So when I do go live or post content in regards to that, you'll be able to watch there and then. But anyway, you know what to do. You know the drill. Yeah.